Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bugsnax on the Nintendo Switch. It was well respected back at launch on the PS4 and the 5, but does this port do the journey justice? Well, hit subscribe, but join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. Story in Bugsnax is absolutely unique. While it packs cutesy visuals, it may take more than a few twists and turns that you would not expect. In fact, I'd even go as far as saying it can get pretty dark at points. Basically, don't let the visuals here put you off. There's more than you may expect. Opening the game though, you take on the role of a journalist and you've received a video of sorts from an explorer. This explorer though is Lizbert. She found success in finding an ancient world, but she's been somewhat lackluster with her results ever since. This video though will invite you to the home of Bugsnax to interview the small group she took with her and to cover the story. Your boss, definitely skeptical to say the least, but you embark on this adventure and quickly meet the local mayor at Bugsnax. They go by the name of Filbo. Filbo quickly gets you up to speed though. He's lost control of the Grumpuses, that's the characters in this one, and they've basically all left town. Also, Lizbert is missing. It's down to you now to explore the mysterious island, bring everyone back together and try to get to the bottom of where Lizbert is and what causes these Bugsnax to transform parts of your body. Yes, there's almost think a cutesy body horror element with this one, and it's been a large discussion ever since release. I loved the story though. I think the characters are well done and unique. The dialogue goes from dramatic to funny with ease, and the story, it kept me hooked from beginning to end. Gameplay then, and this one, it's a first-person adventure. The core gameplay really is exploration while completing tasks for the Grumpuses around this island that will help you bring them back home. In turn then, you'll be rewarded with new items, gadgets, and often you'll unlock new areas to explore. In total, there's 13 Grumpuses and 9 areas making up the map. Each has its own climate and contains different Bugsnax as well. This game, it for sure takes cues from Pokemon. A large amount of the gameplay here revolves around taking photos that reveals their stats, what they like, what they don't like, and then of course you'll be catching them as well. Think here almost core Pokemon with a dash of Pokemon Snap, all presented in first person. A large amount of the quest lines though here, main or side, it really is go capture a Bugsnax, and I'd describe these Bugsnax as almost think mini puzzles. You see, let's say one is made of fire. These are all food-based creatures, so let's say some sort of chili. This will actually damage some of your gadgets, it will set it on fire, or maybe they're heavy like a burger and can bash these items away. There's going to be over 100 Bugsnax to uncover, and the actions required definitely kept the gameplay fresh as I tried to overcome each. The gadgets then, we get an umbrella trap of sorts, we can activate it. That's for the more simple ones, a net for those that are stunned, a slingshot with different source types so that you can basically attack these different Bugsnax with things they like or dislike. You can maybe lead them somewhere or make them run away. And yeah, you'll even find these different sources to fire from the slingshot around the world. You'll even eventually grow them at Bugsnax location. On top of that, we get a turret, a springboard, and a grappling hook. It's not even the gadgets though that I enjoyed so much with this one, but how I could use the environment to my advantage. You know, maybe I'd make 2 fights so they are stunned, or let's say one is on fire, take it down above water so I can pick it up without setting myself on fire. The game then, with its high number of Bugsnax and quests, it could of course get a little bit overwhelming, but thankfully you get a diary, and this contains everything you need. It's going to be a breakdown of every Bugsnax you've uncovered and the region where you can find them, a list of quests and side quests, a detailed breakdown of each Grumpus that you can evolve with interviews for your story, a map which eventually allows fast travel, and even then built-in achievements for replayability. At the end of the game, you do have a point of, let's say, no return. You opt into it, and while I wouldn't say it's that replayable as titles go, the achievements definitely help that a little bit. At the very end game as well, you can actually opt back to a previous save file. It's mainly though because this final area, it's a whole host of cutscenes. There is then also an alternate ending for those that really want to commit and 100% everything. I was able to get through this playthrough though quickly myself because it's not my first time. I played it on the PlayStation 5. I'd say a typical run here of the story only in the region of 8 hours, but yeah, that's going to leave plenty of quests left to wrap up. Some will no doubt enjoy doing these extra quests as well because they give you some basic household goods and you can actually decorate your new temporary home. Problems then, honestly very few. The frame rate, it can drop a minor amount, especially in some of the bigger locations, but rarely I'd call it noticeable. Some of the gadgets at times can be a little finicky, if anything, with their targeting systems. You'll get used to that eventually. And then I did notice on the Switch, most of the load screens between areas that extended very slightly, but occasionally I would come across one that felt really long. Otherwise, Bugsnax is a unique gameplay concept and it's really strong work. It takes elements from a few games but brings them together on a gameplay front that feels unique. Capturing those snacks is fun though, seeing the transformations you can make to these characters, weirdly addictive, especially when you get the option to choose which body part, and then the world, it may be small but it's got a nice variety in its themes. Graphically then, that's the biggest hit, and for the most part I think they've done a good job. The resolution has dropped, understandably and expected, and then pixelation's definitely more apparent, especially in close-up moments and just simple objects around the scenery. To get this running though, it seems they've had to make a fair few tweaks. One I've noticed, they seem to drop the number of frames in an animation when something gets further away. This is actually a strategy that Monster Hunter Rise used as well. The biggest noticeable issue though, that is popping. It is apparent from the opening moments and it's for sure frequent. I myself, I got used to it after like 30 minutes or so, and it rarely impacts the actual Bugsnax or the grumpuses, but you'll see it for yourself in the footage. It's mainly the background items, you know. It's clearly a compromise that had to be made to make the build here stable. The creativity though, through all of this, it shines. The world has this fantastic cartoonish look. The transformations are just unique. The characters pack a ton of personality in their animations, and the Bugsnax, they are just great fun. Basically, if you've ever wondered what food-themed Pokemon would look like, this is definitely going to be the game for you. Audio finally, and it's decent. Each Bugsnax basically says its name over and over again. There's a few nice effects to reinforce the location you are in, think the winter or fire. The music then, it's repetitive, but it's definitely changing throughout, and it's for sure catchy as well. That's especially true of the theme song then, which may be as famous as the game itself. I'd describe the music as being on like a permanent sugar rush. I think the best part of the audio though, the game is fully voice acted, and the quality here, it is of the highest. It just elevates these characters to a status where you actually care about them and you actually want to talk to them, you want to hear what they have to say. So the final verdict, and Bugsnax is one of the most creative games of the last few years. It takes no doubt well-used mechanics at this point, but combines them then to create something that just feels unique. It's also a much darker story than many would expect going in. You know, it's not that it's not suitable for kids, it for sure is, it's just there's a definite shift in tone. The gameplay loop though, addictive, capturing these Bugsnax when you figured it out, like mini puzzles of sorts, that's satisfying. And yeah, even working to bring all of the grumpuses back together, I found a huge amount of entertainment in that. It has issues though, the gadgets can be a little bit awkward at points, and the Switch version extends load screens, and the pop-in then is apparent. By the end game though, I still had an absolute blast, and it's a great 8 out of 10 from me. Will you be adding this one to the collection then, or holding onto that cash? A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.